guys, this is Forest City, one of the most ulu parts in Johor. Well, you can see that they are starting to at least to connect the Forest City all the way to the main places in Johor. For example, like the immigration checkpoint for the FC1 and also the FC2 all the way to the Aeon Bukit Indah. Well, at this Forest City Bus Interchange, that there are actually many stores surrounding it. Okay, for example, like a Toy Story, the KK. But there's one feature that I noticed which is quite prominent, that you can see the shop signs in Chinese. Well, Forest City is actually a place owned by some Chinese investment, and you can also see those stores selling the Chinese cuisine. For example, Sichuan cuisine. But let's not forget that I also see that there's this one Singapore store cuisine right behind me. Meanwhile, you can see a brand new open supermarket behind me, and they even sell the fresh seafood. Guys, this is just one strange phenomenon that I observed. Well, there's actually another mall over here. And if you look around me, most of it apparently are from China, especially the restaurants, save for maybe one KK store outlet from Malaysia. And as you can see that the mall here is actually pretty much deserted. Like very few people. Right in front of me, you can see the strength of the Forest City, and you can see there's a lot of timelines. Well, you can see that the Forest City is actually slowly developing as a city or residential area. It's kind of surprising that given that Forest City is actually open, I think about 2015, like 1 decade ago, I guess. Well, this place somehow looks quite deserted to me, especially the shops. But I'm hearing some noises behind. There's still some activities. Well, it must be the water play park, which I'm also excited for. Especially now when the weather is very, very hot. Just want to go in and chill and swim. Follow me. Behind me, the water play park. Here say that there are altogether 4 swimming pools. And I want to draw your attention to the sign behind that you need a ticketed wristband in order to enter the water park. Apparently, you need to pay money. But I want to find out how much. Here say it's 20 ringgit. I wish to highlight to you that the water park is actually open from 10 AM to 17:30. Well, it opens every day except Mondays. And you can see that, well, you have to pay 20 ringgit. And make sure you bring a swimming trunks. Behind me, across the street is Singapore. And you can see that there's this sign called the Forest City, the prime model of future city. Well, they are trying to integrate many aspects into this residential area. Starting off with the residential area, followed by the shops, the play area, and one thing that I like the most, the beach. Well, very excited to explore the beach, even though it's under the very crazy weather. This place that I'm walking in actually is on the beach, and you can see behind there are some coconut trees. Well, it reminds me of the Sentosa back in Singapore, because it's also common to see the beach constructed artificially from basically artificial sand, and trees are being grown over here. I'm seeing some interesting wildlife in front of me, and I can see there's some crab, I suppose. So the crab, I think they are basically around the mangrove. And you can see in front of me that there is a mini river over here from the sea. And then there's some mini mangrove plants over here. And you can hear the dog that is barking. Maybe it knows that I'm here. Look at the crazy number of small fishes in the sea. See whether y'all can see clearly. Apparently there's a lot of wildlife in here. If you are really tempted to swim, the advice here says better not. not only is the water deep, well, if you are very, very mischievous enough and swim across the strait, you realize that you're no longer in Malaysia. Well, you end up in another country called Singapore, where you will see all the fences and they will arrest you for the illegal immigrant. And they also say no catching fish, so let the wildlife be happily ever after as is. Well, you can see there's this one scooter just sitting out there right there. Wow, actually you can rent the scooters for the following prices, so you can just WhatsApp. Well, you actually can see the Forest City, yeah. Right now we are here, and there's things like Stairway to Heaven. There's even a hotel over here. There's also a water park, city maze, etc. Finally, in front of me, I see one local fast food chain called Mary Brown. There's even a Mary Brown corner over there. Yeah, I mean basically the light bar. So I'm pretty sure when it comes to sunset or even nighttime, this place will be teeming with life. Maybe a lot of people just drinking beer over here, enjoying the beach atmosphere. Behind me is a miniature version of the Stairway to Heaven. Will you ever dare to climb this flight of stairs without any handlebars on the sides of the stairs? Well, this version, the actual version is located somewhere in China, in which there are like altogether 1,000+ steps. It's well known as a tourist attraction. And to check whether people are brave enough, I'm pretty sure some of them are brave enough to climb up all the way up just to take some photo. These people have guts. At this juncture, I must say that yes, still very, very risky to go all the way to the top. But when you get to the top, that what you will see behind, especially when you want to take selfies, is very rewarding. You can see Singapore right behind me. If you realize that you'll play until so late, until you forgot to go home, especially after sunset, don't worry, there is actually the hotels right behind me where you can stay overnight. Maybe you can try to stay one night, or for a weekend getaway, maybe 2 nights. Well, the hotels are just right behind me, and yeah, it's pretty convenient where you get access to the beach. You can even enjoy breakfast or either lunch or dinner. Guys, so you can see behind there are altogether 6 pools, 2 of them for the adults. Well, I'm very excited to get into the pool because right now, of the crazy weather. So without further ado, let's go and explore these pools. Guys, so far I have a refreshing time in the pool, so let's head to the showers before makan lunch. As you can see, there's still a sales gallery behind. That means to say that the Forest City, they are still expanding. They're still building a lot of apartment buildings. They also have the golf courses and even the hotels at another area nearby. Well, there's a very big ambition to develop Forest City, which includes not only residential areas but also including the offices. And they're still selling the apartments until now. Well, that's the ambition of the Forest City. You will never know what they will do. Maybe connect the island to Singapore, create another third link or so. While Forest City may look a bit underdeveloped and still a bit sparse, but you will never know when it will develop given the necessary time. So let's look forward to it. Do remember to share, like, and subscribe my YouTube channel so that you won't miss any important updates. Will my next adventure be home or away? I'll see you in my next vlog. Bye bye.